Hello and welcome back. Those of you watching who are English teachers know that the moment you say essay writing to your students, they begin to cry because the thought of writing an essay gives them chills. Well, if you teach your students how to approach essay writing in a step-by-step manner with an easy formula, they will begin to enjoy it and will write excellent essays. Let's learn this formula. First, what is an essay? An essay is a written composition consisting of several paragraphs that explain, narrate, describe, or analyze a topic. Writing an essay is one of the most common writing exercises that students encounter during their education. The word essay literally means an attempt or an effort. So, one could say that essays written by students are an attempt to put their thoughts to paper in good English. Regardless of the type of essay, there are some features that are common to all essays. These are a central idea, reader-friendly writing, appropriate length, coherence, and error-free writing. You and your students can easily remember these features by the mnemonic C-RACE or CRACE. C for central idea, R for reader-friendly writing, A for appropriate length, C for coherence of ideas, and E for error-free writing. Now, an essay has three parts: an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. The introduction of an essay is like the trailer of a movie. It must be interesting but brief. The introduction must grab the reader's attention and make them want to read more. An introduction can consist of a brief anecdote, a quotation, or proverb, or any general statement related to the topic. The body of the essay consists of several paragraphs and is the main part of the essay. The conclusion is the final part of the essay. It must be a perfect complement to the introduction. An essay must never end abruptly. A good conclusion sums up or paraphrases the introduction of an essay. So, how can you teach your students to write good essays? With these helpful tips. Tip number 1. Read and observe more. People who read regularly and observe the world around them carefully will be able to find more great material for essay writing. So this is an important habit to cultivate in you and in your students if you wish them to write good essays. It is also a good idea to read other people's essays to broaden your knowledge base and also pick up a few techniques to use in your own essays. Tip number 2. Focus on the topic. The essay should be built around a clear central idea. So the topic of the essay should be as clear as possible. For example, if you need to write an essay on India, then instead of giving the essay a very general title such as India, it is better to choose a specific aspect of India to showcase in the essay, such as India's economic progress, Indian food, or Indian festivals. In exams, essay topics are usually specified. However, if you haven't been assigned a topic, then you can choose a topic that is something of interest to you or relevant to your field of study. Tip number 3. Make an outline first. Once you have zeroed in on a topic, make an outline which lists out the different points to be covered in the essay. An outline also serves to roughly decide the layout of the essay along with its subheadings. As an example, here is an outline prepared for an essay on the topic, the snow leopard. An attractive title has been selected. The snow leopard, beautiful but soon to disappear. The outline then lists the various subheadings to include in the essay. Once the outline is ready, review it and group related points together. Remove irrelevant points. Next, expand on each point in the finalized outline. Tip number 4. Choose a writing style suited to the topic. If you are writing a narrative essay, make it sound as if a person is narrating something. Use chronology, that is, the arrangement of events or dates in the order of their occurrence. This can be done by the use of words that indicate time or the passage of time. For example, first, second, finally, or first, next, then, last. Likewise, In an analytical essay, you must present all sides of an argument for a fair analysis. Fact-checking is a must for writing expository essays, and a vivid description of characters and settings is needed for a descriptive essay. Tip number 5. Sequence the paragraphs. As with paragraph writing, essays too must follow a logical flow of ideas from one paragraph to another. Each paragraph must make sense within itself too. Make sure that the paragraphs are logically organized so that the essay is well structured. If the order of paragraphs goes haywire, then the resulting essay will also be chaotic. For example, an essay on the snow leopard would begin with a brief description of the animal itself, its fur, its speed, its beauty, and so on. Next, we would describe its habitat and in which countries of the world it is typically found. The third paragraph could deal with how it is an important part of the ecosystem. The fourth paragraph could deal with how the snow leopard is an endangered species today because of poaching. The essay could conclude with a mention of the measures required to protect the animal, such as tougher implementation of wildlife laws, protection of its natural habitat, etc. In this way, the paragraphs, starting with the description of the animal and ending with measures to conserve it, follow a logical order. Tip number 6. Use transition words. Depending on your essay content, be sure to use transition words like moreover, in other words, in this case, furthermore, however, etc. to mark a change of ideas. Tip number 7. Write paragraphs of varying lengths. In good essays, the length of paragraphs alternates between short and long to hold the reader's attention. Paragraphs meant for print and those meant for online content differ in their length. Paragraphs in printed content typically tend to be longer, while those in online content may not exceed 3 to 4 lines each. Online content can sometimes even have just a single line or a word as a paragraph. Tip number 8. Use good vocabulary. Choosing words which are easy to understand and yet impactful is an art. Essays that are good include very good and very varied vocabulary. Use the right word to communicate the right feeling or nuance. Spice up your writing through the use of idioms, similes, or proverbs, and avoid repetition of words. For example, you can use the words joyful, cheerful, exuberant instead of repeating the word happy. Similarly, to express something that happens rarely, you can use the idiomatic expression once in a blue moon. Using synonyms also helps you avoid repetition. Choose language suited to the topic. Keep the tone light and engaging if the topic is such too. Similarly, use a more formal and serious tone if dealing with a serious topic. Tip number 9. Conclude the essay strongly. An essay's conclusion is as important as its introduction. If the purpose of the introduction is to attract your reader's attention, the conclusion is a last attempt to persuade the readers of your viewpoint or inspire them to take further steps on the issue. Tip number 10. Check, recheck, and catch those mistakes. Typos, spelling mistakes, missing words, grammatical errors can be avoided through a good review. Be sure to proofread your essay thoroughly several times despite running a spell check program. Writing good essays is a craft and one that can certainly be learned with practice and hard work. Happy essay writing!